This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Hey, great friends, what's happening? It is a Tuesday afternoon here on Kaplan and Crew. Glad to have everybody along with us, along with Grande and the Brown Man. Those of you listening on ESPN 1090 on radio, psyched that you guys are in your car and tuning us in. I think it's great. And the radio station sounds really great, especially with the addition of ESPN. That's really cool. For those of you, all the great friends that are in the YouTube chat, you guys know I call you the heart and soul of what we do around here. Get involved in that chat. I love it yesterday. I'm seeing Neil and Al and just so many other great friends that are part of the YouTube chat. We're all talking to each other and having a good time. So get involved in our YouTube chat. Tonight, television, you guys might be watching right now, 7 to 8 p.m. We're on Channel 4 San Diego. That's our home base, but all part of the Cox Yorview Network, which gets us Channel 4 in Santa Barbara, Orange County, Palos Verdes, Channel 118. So if you've got Cox or Spectrum cable, tune us in. And if you own a bar or restaurant and you're using cable television at 7 o'clock at night, turn us on, man. Take a picture, tag us on a tweet. We think it's really cool. And all the audio podcasters, glad to have everybody along. All right, Grande, you're rocking your San Diego State hoodie today. Yeah. We all know that you have a rotation of hoodies. You've explained to us how the hoodies don't get washed. They just get rotated. So we've made it into the rotation now. San Diego State hoodie today. San Diego State beat UNLV last night in college basketball. I got to say.
Correction.
Yeah.
They crushed UNLV last night.
Okay.
Crushed.
I'm going to need you to fill me in. I swear to you, like my Aztec basketball, I went to so many games for so many years, and I have been like not paying attention and not giving San Diego State basketball anywhere near the love that I used to and that I should and that I want to again. In fact, last night I found myself, this was kind of later into the evening, I found myself watching the first episode of Ozark, and it was kind of slow, really. And I missed, there must be like a 3-minute trailer that tells you, like catches you back up.
A recap.
And I don't know where that was. I missed that too. So like the first episode of Ozark, I was watching that last night. I didn't watch any San Diego State. Can you give me and Browner, were you watching this Aztec game last night?
Come on, bro. No.
I mean, you're wearing red and black today.
Yeah. Chicago Bulls won last night, 1-point win.
We all are.
Yeah.
Zach LaVine came back. Ayo DeSumo had his best game, 24 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds. It was a good night.
How much you love Grayson Allen after that vicious hit on Alex Caruso?
Look, man, I got to tell y'all, if I was on the Chicago Bulls, I'd have knocked the hell out of Grayson Allen the next time I see him. I don't care if it's in a coffee shop, the All-Star weekend, wherever next time I see him, hands.
I didn't see it. I missed
Are you talking about a couple mink-minks?
Oh, yeah. It will definitely be some minking. If I was on the Chicago Bulls, if I saw Grayson Allen anywhere. He's a dirty player.
What happened? I missed. Just give me the short version of the story, because we've talked Vikings, we've talked Bears, and we got all the San Diego, Southern California people going, yo, what does this have to do with me? So tell me the story.
Really quick, short explanation. Alex Caruso was going in for a layup. Mm-hmm. Grayson Allen went up to defend the layup, which was the first play was clean. He missed. He hit his arm. And then his off arm came, completely swiped, knocked the feet and legs from under Alex Caruso, and he fell. Watch that hand, bam, right there, broke his wrist.
Oh.
Out for 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks. So see you in 2 months after he had already been out for 4 weeks with COVID and then another injury. So he's basically going to miss half the season, and partly because of that. And this guy was suspended for 1 game because of that. One game.
I'd like to see it one more time. I'd like to see that play one more time. This is the first time I saw it.
I'm trying to find a better angle because that's not great quality.
It's a dirty play, and the NBA should have done something better than a 1-game suspension. So I mean, that basically tells you can literally hurt guys. Have a guy be out for a whole 2 months, and you get a game suspension. Like if he would have done, if Grayson Allen would have done that to LeBron James, 1-game suspension, I think not.
Yeah, really. They might kick him out of the league. They're like, yo, you're being exported to a Chinese basketball team.
Right. You go play with Jimmy Fredette.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I got a way better one here.
Okay, here we go. All right, we're taking a look at it. For those of you that are like me that missed it. Okay. Right hand pulls down. And down.
Unnecessary.
Wow. This is one extremely dirty play. Yeah.
The first hit That's a fair basketball play. You went to block the shot, you missed it. It happens.
Mm-hmm.
The second swipe is unnecessary.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow. I missed that story.
Yeah. So the Aztecs beat the Rebels last night, UNLV, 80-55, Scott. And it was a big bounce back game because obviously you know that they think they had like 10 days off or something like that because of their COVID issues.
Mm-hmm.
So they played Saturday against Boise at home and looked awful. And like awful. Dude, they scored 37 points that game.
What?
It was brutal, dude. They scored 37 points.
Did they have their roster, or did they not have
everybody's
their
back.
roster?
Everybody's back. Everybody's back.
And they scored 37 points.
They shot 28% from the field, 21% from three, and 20% from free throw. So that they bounced back yesterday. They scored 80. And I think the Aztecs defense of the Steve Fisher days, it's back, man. Ever since they got, the doors knocked out by Michigan, they haven't allowed a team to score over 57 points. So they've been locking down. And I think that's 9 or 10 games since then. So even though they only scored 37 against Boise, they only allowed 42. So they didn't get blown out. But
how competitive do you think this team can be?
I have no idea. This is the weirdest college basketball season that I could remember because you don't really guys have been in and out, obviously COVID. I think literally everybody on the Aztecs got it already because they just had nobody. And I don't know, man. I got to pay attention way more because I don't know what caliber opponent they're playing either. I don't know how good UNLV is. I don't know how good Boise is. I mean, they destroyed Colorado State, who was ranked, and they beat them on national television. So you're like, okay, that's a really positive sign. I mean, they're 11-4. They're not having a terrible year. Jerry Palm has them in the tournament at the moment. So I don't know.
Funny because I watch. I'll turn on my TV in the evening, and generally my first place I go is to ESPN. Lately, although because you guys taught me how to program my remote control, I just push the microphone button and I say ESPN. Or and by the way, I'm like an old lady, and I say that with love and respect to old ladies, but I push the button and then I go like this. I put it right to my mouth. ESPN, or I push it again and I go NFL Network. And I literally put the thing right to my mouth as if it were over here, like a foot away from me, it wouldn't pick up my voice. You know what I mean? ESPN, NFL Network. I don't know why I do that, but I hold it like it's a microphone, like I'm getting ready to sing or a song or something here. You know what I'm saying? So
just dude, you got to try it out. You got to try it out when you want to watch a specific team. It's awesome because I would wake up in the morning and just be like Manchester United, and it would go straight to the Man U game. It's great. Yeah, it's not just for channels; it's for teams. Oh, so if you want to say on Sunday, if you're not on whatever channel, and just say Rams, it'll go to Fox.
Well, so I put the microphone practically in my mouth.
Nature Channel.
Sometimes it gives you options. Channel. I think you can even say I think sometimes you can even say actors' names, and it'll tell you what's on with that actor. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I just go ESPN. I put it to my mouth like a microphone. I go ESPN, and it takes me there. And when it takes me there, there's a lot of college basketball on, and I don't remember who was playing last night, but I feel like Kansas was playing. And I just looked at the game.
Kansas beat Texas Tech. I think it was in overtime.
No interest. I mean, I just got to be honest here. No interest at all. And I feel like to your question, Browner, about how good or how not good are the Aztecs, Alex brings up that they're 11-4. They beat a nationally ranked Colorado State team that they beat down on national TV. So we don't really, well, I suppose if you're paying attention to college basketball and you're deeply involved, you may have a better opinion than we do, certainly. But I have I just don't even have any sort of, I don't have any point of entry where I can go, I've seen Kansas. Hey, Auburn's #1 for the first time ever. They're playing against these guys. I saw Kentucky play, UCLA. I have no college basketball scouting of any kind.
Well, now
I can give you a real quick scouting report on surface teams.
Okay.
Duke, Auburn, Gonzaga, Kentucky, and Memphis is underwhelming because their coach is cursing out reporters.
Here's your top 5 right now Auburn, Gonzaga, Arizona, Baylor, and Kansas.
Okay. Well, guess what?
The Aztecs have played against, let me just run it down for you real quick. They played against the ranked USC, who is currently 15th. They got blown out 58-43. That's a big loss. They played Michigan, who we all know, who is not ranked, I don't think, right now. And they got blown out there 72-58. And then they played Colorado State, who was ranked, and they crushed them 79-49. Those are the only 3 ranked opponents.
Okay. And 2 of the 3 of them are out of conference and play in Power 5 conferences, and both teams beat San Diego State.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we are. I mean, I don't know enough about it because I haven't been paying attention to it.
Right.
And I'm acknowledging that, they're just not paying attention to the San Diego State basketball team.
You got to go sit courtside, man. You got to get the itch back because they're going to be playing a lot, dude. They play a lot.
You tell me the next game that we can go to, or that's on the next home game on the schedule, and I will get those courtside tickets, and we'll go, and we'll get the fever back of San Diego State basketball.
Well, hopefully not the fever, but yeah.
Well, no, not that. I don't mean the Omicron fever.
Well, yeah, you need a booster to get in there, so you're good.
I do have a booster. I'm good. I'm ready to roll.
They play Monday at home against New Mexico, and that's a nationally televised game on Fox Sports 1.
Really? What time's that game?
7 p.m.
Okay. All right. Let me work on that.
If you don't make that one, everything's kind of TBD because they're rescheduling a bunch of stuff. But it looks like Sunday, November 6th, which is Pro Bowl Sunday, they play Nevada. They got a couple of road games in between.
A Sunday sounds good. A Sunday does sound good.
I like the Monday night games. Sounds fun.
All right. Hey, listen, for everybody that's with us, we are in the 7 Mile Casino studio. We appreciate having you guys here. 1090 radio listeners, television viewers on Channel 4 San Diego from 7 to 8 p.m. All of our YouTubers who are involved in the YouTube chat right now. Hey, by the way, YouTubers, are you guys following San Diego State basketball this year? Are you following college basketball at all? I'm admitting to you, I'm not following it, not one bit. I'm all in on the NFL right now. What happened in the playoffs last weekend has me more energized about football than ever before. And I'll tell you that as far as basketball is concerned, I'm watching the Lakers and I'm following the mess that the story is that they are. And I'm following Anthony Davis's return and what is that going to mean, et cetera, et cetera. So from a basketball standpoint, I've been following more NBA, but like nothing cooking right now with college basketball. Grande, maybe we should bring on Coach Fisher, or maybe we should bring on Coach Dutcher.
Okay. I'll email them, or I'll email Mike.
I could bring on Coach Dutcher and go, Coach, how you doing? He goes, great. I go, so tell me what's up with the team. I wouldn't have any specific questions.
Yeah.
He's like, you got any specific questions about particular players? Not really. Just wondering what's going on. How are you?
How's your family? How's the atmosphere at Viejo Serena? How's the team in general? What do you think about the conference? Are we going to get more than one team in this year? Generic stuff you can get away with.
Yeah, I can get away with it. But I mean, I don't want to lie to Coach Dutcher. I just want him to know that I haven't been following it all and that I'm trying to get back into it.
I was looking to see when does Gonzaga play USD. It already happened. I was trying to get some courtside seats to that game.
Gonzaga USD?
Yeah, Gonzaga's got possibly the number 1 pick in the NBA draft this year, Chet Holmgren.
Mm-hmm.
So, any relation to Mike?
No, he's like 7 feet tall, 90 pounds. Great player, though. Great young player.
Is he that tall, skinny white guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
They haven't played at USD yet. They play on February 3rd.
Wait, what?
Browner, what's up with you today, man?
Dude, I'm looking up at Google, man. It says they played on February. Well, it's not February the 20th yet.
Well, it's not even
February
last
year.
Yet.
They play, according to ESPN, they play at USD February 3rd, 6 p.m. on ESPN2.
Oh, yeah, I'm going then. I'm going.
Oh, really? Now you're going to go?
Yeah. I got somebody on the staff. I'm going.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got it.
This guy's the number 1 pick. 13 points a game gets you number 1 pick.
Anthony Davis was the number 1 pick. He was averaging 14 points.
All right.
Potential, baby. It's the potential. It's between him, Jabari Smith, and the kid from Duke, number 5, and Bancaro. But they already played, and he crushed him.
You want to stay real off topic right now, Scott?
Yeah, we are way off topic. It's okay.
Anthony Davis back tonight.
Yeah, I was saying that I have not followed a lot of college basketball. The basketball that I've been following is the drama of the Lakers and when Anthony Davis is going to return. And I'm trying to remember, who do the Lakers have
The
tonight?
Nets.
Yeah. Oh, right. And there's no Kevin Durant and
no
there's
Kyrie.
no Kyrie Irving, and all they got is James Harden. And
Who
so if
wants
you're
out?
I know that's a weird story
crazy.
too. I know, like I thought James Harden wanted to go to Brooklyn because he wanted to play with Durant, he wanted to play with Kyrie, and now there are all these reports about possibly Ben Simmons being traded from Philadelphia to Brooklyn for Harden, and I'm like, wait, what happened here?
James Harden is a lifestyle guy. I cannot stress this enough to people. He is a lifestyle guy. The reports are he doesn't like living in Brooklyn in comparison to when he lived in Houston. I can tell you two distinct differences from one.
Can I guess? Can I guess?
Please.
The strip clubs.
Ding, 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 ding. There's a drastic difference between the two.
Did everybody have the same guess? Because everybody probably was thinking to themselves, one of two issues: cold weather in Brooklyn, better weather in Houston. I mean, whatever.
Nope. Yeah.
But it's strip clubs in Houston where things get crazy.
And chicken wings.
So that from what I'm seeing, that's the biggest issue is the lifestyle in Brooklyn. He can get over the whole Kyrie thing because they are friends, but the lifestyle, he's a lifestyle guy, man. He's a lifestyle guy.
Just go sign with Atlanta, dude. You and Trae Young, just tear it up.
Woo,
Tear
listen,
it
he
up,
might not make the practice.
Dude,
practice?
all I know.
Practice?
Man, we talk about practice. I didn't need to be practice. So, hey,
Whoa.
look, I think. Well,
Uh-oh. Who got
I'm
hired?
sorry, dude.
No,
I
dude.
am
This
so
is like yesterday. How about yesterday in the middle of the show? Alex is
This is
researching
huge.
yesterday.
This is
Wait, hold on.
huge.
In the middle of the show yesterday, Alex is researching. He finds out what the costs are for Rams NFC Championship tickets at SoFi Stadium.
No, not the cost of the tickets.
Right.
The surcharge.
The service charge,
service fees.
And Alex is like, what? And
Yeah.
then yesterday he snapped a still shot of himself and posted it on Twitter. Like, this is my reaction when I found out the surcharge.
And it got worse because it's based off ticket price. So
Oh.
if you go get like a lower level ticket, okay. So first of all, it's stupid prices, right? If you get a VIP in the 100 bowl, it's $10,000 a ticket.
Damn.
The service fee for that ticket is $2,775.
How is that legal?
Yeah. But anyways, Scott, I reacted like this. I think you're gonna agree with my reaction on this one, dude. Sean Payton is stepping away from the Saints.
Whoa.
Not surprised.
Cowboys about to fire their coach.
Nah, I'm not surprised. Why are you shocked by this?
It just came out of nowhere yesterday. We talked about it off air, me and Browner, and I was very surprised by it yesterday. And now seeing it official, that to me is very surprising. I just felt like he was there forever.
Let me tell you how this goes. Sean Payton has made a ton of money. Being an NFL head coach is an insanely stressful job. And you ride the wave as long as you can until you look at your team and you say, how long is this going to take? See, Bill Belichick is in it for life. He's not going anywhere. That guy doesn't have any desire in his life to say, I'm 70 years old. I've made a lot of money. I'm the greatest NFL coach there's ever been. I can leave now and be satisfied. Bill Belichick cannot do that. He will stay forever. Sean Payton's much younger. Sean Payton has made a ton of money. Sean Payton calls Drew Brees and says, Drew, look, I'm trying to make a decision here. You tell me, playing versus being a TV analyst. And Drew's like, Coach, I'm making a lot of money and I'm not there every day. And all I have to do is watch some film, show up in another city. I get to take my wife and kids on little trips, call the game or show up in New York and be in the studio. It's a blast and it's easy money. And Peyton's thinking to himself, I don't really have a quarterback. We need to rebuild our team. We're not really, inches away from the Super Bowl anymore. And all these television networks are battling for me. And it's going to turn into a bidding war unless, Alex, there's more to the story, which is
all I got right now.
Away.
All I got right now.
There'll be a bidding war for Sean Payton's services. He'll be the new hot guy. He'll be the new Gruden. He'll be the new Cower. He'll be the new coach. You know, maybe Fox says Jimmy Johnson's old already. Terry Bradshaw's old already. We need somebody more contemporary. We pulled Sean Payton from the sideline the way CBS pulled Tony Romo from the field. That's what they want. They want somebody fresh, just out, and they want somebody that they pulled out. And I think that Sean Payton is going to go to one of the big television networks. He's going to make comparable money to what he's making as a coach. He's not going to work nearly as hard, and it'll be a lot of fun and a lot less stress. And so I'm not surprised. Yeah.
Or his phone's going to ring, and it's going to be Jerry Jones.
Going to ring a lot.
And Jerry Jones is going to say, the TV people want to pay you what? All right. Come coach my team. I'll give you this. And
I have a question for you.
We already have a quarterback.
Why is he so much better? Why do you think, and we can carry this over, why do you think that Jerry Jones thinks that Sean Payton is a much better coach than Mike McCarthy? Hold that thought. Think about that for a second. Think about it. Because if I showed you their resumes, I'll bet you they're pretty close. Stand by, everybody. We're in the 7 Mile Casino studios. We got a lot more to get to, and who knows where today's show is going to go. This is Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
Kaplan and Crew tonight is brought to you by BMW San Diego, your certified BMW dealer, serving drivers throughout San Diego and the surrounding areas.
We are very proud to announce that the Mightier 1090 is SoCal's newest ESPN affiliate. Introducing the Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio. One of the largest radio stations in North America just got bigger and better. Joining forces with the worldwide leader of sports, ESPN. The Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio.
When California weather conditions create a high risk for wildfires, electric companies may shut off power in some neighborhoods as a precaution. These public safety power shutoffs could affect homes and businesses and interrupt power to your home, devices, and even our Cox facilities. During a PSPS, we'll work hard to keep customers connected to their Cox services in conditions that are safe for you, our employees, and our community. For information and updates, follow us on Twitter and visit Cox.com.
From fitness to medical technology, explore how people are leading healthier lives on Your Health.
I'm Erica Cardenas. On the next episode of Your Health, we're kicking off the new year with healthy lifestyle tips. We tackle and bust health myths and need-to-know education about the COVID-19 vaccine.
Watch Your Health, Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on YourView and YourView.com.
Main streets are the heart of our communities, where we connect with our neighbors, support local businesses, and share new adventures. Main Street Living celebrates all of this, bringing you uplifting stories with guests from across the country and your community. Main Street Living covers what's important to you today, from our street to your street. Join Cheryl, Danielle, and Quincy for Main Street Living, Mondays at 9 on YourView.
I founded Driveway Auction after working in the automotive industry. Becoming a dealer and questioning the process that puts consumers at a huge disadvantage when selling their cars.
The big difference between Driveway and the other services is that Driveway works for you. If you've ever tried to sell a car, you know that it's an awful process that makes you either go and meet strangers in parking lots to take test drives or sit at the dealership for hours and hours while they wear you down. Driveway eliminated all of that.
With Driveway Auction, we come to you, so we complete the 40-point vehicle inspection from the comfort and convenience of your own driveway.
We send an independent third-party inspector to take measurements of the car, take pictures of it, evaluate the condition.
We use that information to advocate for you, using our network of buyers to compete. And when they compete, you win.
They take over the whole process, and you don't have to do anything.
Our clients get more money and a better process with Driveway.
Everybody at Driveway made me feel so comfortable during the whole process. It was a great experience.
Prospect Home Finance is a mortgage company. We specialize in residential refinances and home purchases. So Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, if you're going out looking for a pre-approval to buy a new home, meet with the realtor, we would help you facilitate that. and walk you through the process from A to Z. We specialize in getting homeowners loans for their dream home, but we also do more than that. So today we came down to Ocean Beach, partnered up with Surfrider, and had some team members come down here from Prospect, all pitched together, and had quite a bit of trash to clean up.
It's really heartening to see people come out and really care for the waterways.
It was great getting out here, and we're going to do it again soon. We're always looking for ways to give back to the community of San Diego. So if you have any ideas or need any help or support in any way, visit us at homefinance.com.
1090 just got bigger and better. Please join us in welcoming SoCal's newest ESPN affiliate, the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio. NFL, MLB, NBA, live game, the best sports talk programming with the largest signal in all of California. The mightier 1090 ESPN Radio.
Explore the Southwest lifestyle, the culture, the music, the food, y más. Join hosts J.R. Cardenas and Vanessa Ramirez on Su Vida.
Welcome to 2022. Did you make a New Year's resolution?
We have the top 10 most popular and our advice on the next Su Vida.
Watch Su Vida Sunday night at 7 on YourView and YourView.com. Brought to you by Prospect Home Finance. Fast, friendly, affordable.
When doors open for kids, they change lives. For over 75 years, the Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater San Diego has been opening its doors to provide a safe place for kids whenever they are out of school. A place with caring mentors and opportunities to focus on academic success, healthy lifestyles, and character building. At the club, we do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid that walks through our doors by inspiring, empowering, and changing lives.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
We can't discuss San Diego State men's basketball without discussing Matt Bradley these days. Bradley had a season-high 27 points in SDSU's 80-55 win against UNLV on Monday night. He tied his career high with 10 field goals and matched the highest shooting percentage of .909 by an Aztec since November 2009 when Matt Thomas did the same. Trey Pulliam had 11 points while Lamont Butler had 9 points in the win. Defensively, Keyshawn Johnson had a team-high 7 rebounds while Nathan Mensah had 3 blocks. The Aztecs never trailed against the Rebels and built a comfortable lead heading into the last 10 minutes of the first half. SDSU next takes on Utah State on Wednesday, continuing a busy stretch of games for the Aztecs. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by YourView.
Prospect Home Finance, San Diego's mortgage leader, is celebrating 15 years of happy clients. HomeFinance.com is the go-to resource online or on your mobile device to discover your best home loan options.
Hi, I'm Jason Vondrak, CEO at Prospect Home Finance. I want to say thank you to all of our clients, both past and future. As part of our 15-year anniversary, we'll close your home loan in 15 business days.
Start your easy home finance process today at HomeFinance.com.
When California weather conditions create a high risk for wildfires, electric companies may shut off power in some neighborhoods as a precaution. These public safety power shutoffs could affect homes and businesses and interrupt power to your home, devices, and even our Cox facilities. During a PSPS, we'll work hard to keep customers connected to their Cox services in conditions that are safe for you, our employees, and our community. For information and updates, follow us on Twitter and visit Cox.com.
Welcome back. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, John Browner, and Alex Padilla.
Hey, great friends. We are in the 7 Mile Casino studios here on Kaplan and Crew along with Grande and the Brown Man. And I can already tell you today's show has gone a little off the rails so far with news that was breaking from earlier in the day, whether it was Chicago hiring a GM, the Bears, or Alex's team, the Vikings, hiring a GM as well, all those reports. And then in the middle of a conversation around college basketball and how little we've all been watching so far, it turned into the breaking news from earlier in the day, which is that Sean Payton is going to resign and leave his head coaching position with the New Orleans Saints. And the rumors have been that he's going to be courted by CBS, Fox, and I guess
The Cowboys.
ESPN also. Well, Browner says the Cowboys. Browner, why do you think that Jerry Jones would consider firing Mike McCarthy to go hire Sean Payton? Why do you think that there's an infatuation between Jones and Payton? And by the way, why would you think that Payton is a better coach right now than Mike McCarthy is?
I think there is no doubt that Sean Payton is a better offensive football coach than Mike McCarthy. Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones and however many other Joneses that kicked the tires on Mike McCarthy has had 2 seasons. One where your quarterback got hurt and he had to kind of scrounge and make the best out of what he could. That was terrible. And then one, you get Dak back for a full season, healthy, playing. You win, but you don't win in the playoffs. So they've got a good look at him. And if you're asking me if I would rather have Sean Payton or Mike McCarthy, the Joneses would probably rather have Sean Payton. Now, the question just becomes, how much money do we want to spend to make this happen? Because I guarantee they probably got to pay Mike McCarthy a lot of money to go away, and you got to pay a whole lot more to get Sean Payton to come in. So
well, because Sean Payton is going. If Tony Romo is going to make $17 million as a game analyst for CBS, Sean Payton is probably going to say to all these different TV networks, and believe me, I'm sure this stuff is already happening behind the scenes. Well, Romo is the top guy, $17 million. What if you're going to pay me to leave the sideline to become a television analyst for your company? What do you think Sean Payton can get paid as a TV analyst?
That's a waste of money, though.
I find it so fascinating that is even a conversation already. What is because you asking what makes you think he's such a much better coach than Mike McCarthy?
Yeah.
How do we know he's going to be good on TV?
Where's his personality?
Yeah. Where has he ever shown anything?
Here's where
Kevin James going to fill in for him?
No, but I'll explain it to you. Seriously, I will explain it to you. What happens is these guys, these coaches, they meet with all the television executives. Let me rephrase it. They meet with all the television broadcast teams during the week. So you know how many times Sean Payton has played a game, a Saints game on Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football, or have been the big game of the weekend throughout Drew Brees' career when they were Super Bowl contenders. So here's what happens. When Jim Nantz goes in to call a game, Jim Nantz goes back to the New York offices and he goes, you know something, let me tell you, Sean Payton's going to be a TV star one day. He's got it all. He's got the looks. He's got the experience. He's got the personality. And while we don't see it necessarily, those guys do. And so then they go running back to their bosses in New York and they go, put Payton on the list. He's going to be great. He'd be a great TV analyst.
But does that translate to television? Because he can sit down in an interview with some guys he's comfortable with and have a good time. Does that translate to television? Again, we're asking this question as if he has more value as an analyst on television than he does as a football coach. I think he has more value as a football coach because you can always be an analyst. And in addition to that, he's a great football coach. I'm not watching Fox NFL pregame show because Sean Payton's on it. And I'm not tuning in to some random game down the dial because Sean Payton's the play-by-play guy. I'm not doing that.
You may not, but as Alex said yesterday, Tony Romo had him fired up it was the Bills and the Chiefs game, Alex, or was it I'm trying to remember which game they did.
Bills Chiefs.
Yeah. And I was saying that Chris Collinsworth had me sitting on the edge of my seat during the Rams Buccaneers game. So while we always say it's not the analyst and it's not the television team, it's the game. Both of us said how these analysts, they had us, they owned us. Here's the TV networks think, guys, I'm giving a lesson on TV, as if I know anything, but I'm just telling you as an observationalist, I can see this. TV networks think that pulling a guy from the field or pulling a guy from the sidelines is better than a guy being fired or a guy retiring. They think that getting them to do what they want them to do and paying them to do it is the way to go. Sean Payton's going to make a lot of money as a television analyst. Who knew John Gruden was going to be a great TV analyst? He was.
Everybody.
No, I'm not sure. Not sure.
He was hilarious.
Yeah, but I'm not sure everybody knew. Well, you're asking how do they know that it's going to convert? Al Michaels, Jim Nance, Joe Buck, TV professionals have sat with him for hours and hours, and they've all said he'll be great on TV.
But as a viewer, I saw him make the faces on the sideline. I saw him in press conferences and in reports being that personality. Like, that jumped out at you. Like, he was a character, and that's what made him, when you go, oh, he's going to be calling games, I'd watch that. And here comes Spider 2 Banana Wide. Like, he's always been talking like that.
I just think that I don't disagree with anything Scott's saying. I just the thing that perked me up was when you talk about Romo money. I'm like, that's where I'm like, wait, that's a waste of money because you don't know yet. You could assume, but you don't know yet. Romo didn't get that money until he proved it for a year or two.
Right, but what's going to happen for Peyton is what does he make as a coach? Let's say he makes $5 million. I'm sure it's probably more, but let's just say he makes $5 million.
Yeah.
Okay, so great. So Sean Payton makes $8 million as a coach of the New Orleans Saints. TV networks are battling for him. Everybody wants the next guy out of the game, the next young up-and-coming guy. Because remember, Bill Cowher's been out of football for a long time. Jimmy Johnson's been out of football forever. They have these coaches that they want because they've got name value and they've got Super Bowl championships, but they've been out of football a long time. They're no longer contemporary to a new, younger audience. Sean Payton is a younger guy who's fresh out of the game, who coached Drew Brees, who won a Super Bowl, et cetera, et cetera. So they want that fresh face. They want that next guy, and they're willing to pay for it. And if he was making $8 million as a coach and they pay him $5 million for 2 years as an analyst, he's like, I don't have the stress. I don't have to work the hours. I don't have to deal with all the nonsense, and I can make a lot of money for a very little amount of time.
But what if Jerry calls and pays you more than Belichick? What if Jerry calls and gives you, here's 13, Bill makes 12, you make 13. You come to Dallas, you get the private plane, you get whatever you want. Now we're talking about $8 million more to put in the hours to put it. But if you give him $13 million for 5 years, that's a conversation. I think
with the
I
right
agree with what you're
coach.
saying, Scott. I think 100% he's doing this because he's got options. You don't do this to go sit on some beach and drink Coronas, even though he might pop up in a commercial somewhere. So I think that Jerry Jones, and why is he better than Mike McCarthy? Perception is that Sean Payton's a much better coach than Mike McCarthy, but he is the Aaron Rodgers of NFL head coaches. He's got
I don't
one
get it
Super
at
Bowl,
all.
and he's 9-8. Like
I don't get it. Let me just say this. There may be a perception that Sean Payton is a better football coach, but that perception is out here. On the inside, if you're doing your homework and you're doing your research and you're comparing McCarthy's resume to Payton's resume, and this is not me having done any research. This is off the top of my head. McCarthy won a Super Bowl with Green Bay. Payton won a Super Bowl with New Orleans. McCarthy had a superstar quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. Payton had a superstar quarterback in Drew Brees. McCarthy and Rodgers, that relationship didn't last. And guess what? The Packers have never gone on to even get into the Super Bowl since McCarthy has left. And with Payton, they had Drew Brees, and Brees was putting up spectacular Hall of Fame numbers, and they never got back to another Super Bowl. So they're very, very similar when it comes to their resume, Mike McCarthy and Sean Payton. To think that Sean Payton is a far superior football coach, if you just put their resumes side by side, I'll bet you they're about equal.
But if you polled people, because perception is reality, and who would you rather have coaching your team, Sean Payton or Mike McCarthy? Even though Sean Payton, with a lot of injuries, with a not so good roster this year, was still viable, people would still say Sean Payton over Mike McCarthy.
Maybe. I mean, but I would say this, that if I were Dallas, I'd be looking at Mike McCarthy and I'd be saying what you said. Last year, Dak got hurt. So what did we expect? And this year with Dak healthy or healthier, we made it to the postseason and we got knocked out by the 49ers, which seemed like a really bad loss, especially at home, till the 49ers went on the road and they beat Aaron Rodgers and the Packers in the snow.
So they both started in 2006. McCarthy with Green Bay, Payton with New Orleans. Sean Payton, well, he's had more games, but he's gone 152 and 89 in the regular season. He's made the playoffs 9 times, and he went 9 and 8.
Okay.
Super Bowl championship in 2009.
Mm-hmm.
Mike McCarthy in 4 less seasons went 125 and 77, made the playoffs 9 times, and won the Super Bowl once.
They're the same
and
guy.
He is 10 and 8 in the postseason. With Green Bay.
Yeah, they are on paper, not personality wise, not perception wise, on paper. It's no different than if you had a quarterback comparison and you said, okay, this guy, is he a Hall of Famer or is this guy a Hall of Famer? And you said, well, you know what? They both passed for 35,000 yards. They both won 1 Super Bowl. They both played for the same amount of time. On paper, they're virtually the same guy.
If you give Sean Payton the roster that Mike McCarthy had this year, they would still be playing.
That's
an assumption.
It's an opinion.
It is an assumption.
It is, but it is not a fact.
It's an assumption. I fully admit that's an assumption. But again, Mike McCarthy, how did the offense look when you needed him to score? They couldn't. Like that.
And San Francisco's defense, no credit at all, especially given the way they beat Green Bay.
With a level of talent that the Cowboys have more talent outside of quarterback than the Packers do. Easily.
Yeah, because remember, Scott, let's not forget. Yeah, he had Drew Brees, but people were saying they're winning in spite of Drew Brees for like 2 of his last few years.
You.
You know, like he also did get hurt and he was winning with Taysom Hill at quarterback. If you remember the Vikings game, who was quarterbacking? It was Taysom Hill. So I think the perception is that he's done more with less, even though you're right.
Less.
Even though you're
maybe.
right. I mean,
maybe he has.
Also,
maybe
how about this? How about this? It could be as simple as this. The Saints are $74 million over the cap.
Oh,
he just wants out before it gets awful.
Well, right. I mean, that's just it. I mean, that's
it's about to get bad there.
Right. But that's what I'm saying about Bill Belichick. See, Bill Belichick could have retired when Tom Brady left. Bill Belichick could retire right now and say, you know what? It's time to hand off the team. We have a young up and coming quarterback. I've established that we drafted a first round quarterback and we've got a good young quarterback. Now it's time to hand over the team to somebody young and energetic and a new voice. But Bill Belichick can't give this up. Bill Belichick is making so much money and he's not going to have enough life to enjoy it. Sadly.
He's like Saban.
Belichick
is like Saban. And Saban, by the way, look, when the 3 times he hasn't made the championship, where's he working? On the desk. He's right there. And he can't quit it. And he's the same. They're the same. They're the same.
Yeah.
Dude.
And Sean Payton is a guy who I think, has, I know I've told this story before.
Who should he replace? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, no. Who should he replace? I mean, listen.
Well, because I was going to say, like, you said Cower and you said Jimmy Johnson.
Not going to happen.
I think he's more of a desk guy than an analyst guy. And I think those 2 dudes are just not, especially Jimmy. He's kind of been getting pushed out little by little anyways.
Well,
I think those are 2 very good spots for him.
It will be interesting. Does Sean Payton become a game analyst? Because here's how I could see this playing out if I were just sort of putting the pieces of the puzzle together. Troy Aikman leaves Fox and goes to Amazon to work with Al Michaels.
Mm-hmm.
That opens up a spot on the Fox #1 team. So if you take Sean Payton and you give him to Joe Buck and he's likable, perceived to be a great coach, has a good personality, is fresh off the field, and comes at it from a coach's perspective, not a quarterback's perspective, that gives Fox something very different than what CBS has with Tony Romo, with what Amazon will have with Troy Aikman. It's different than the Monday Night Football crew with a guy in Brian Greasy who I still don't understand it, quite frankly. Lou Riddick is a different kind of voice because he's more of a personnel voice and a front office voice.
Brian Greasy was their #1 in college. They just promoted him, or #2 in college.
Yeah. All I'm saying is that I could see Sean Payton taking over Troy Aikman's job with the number 1 team on Fox. I could see that.
Who's the number 2? It's Kevin Burkhardt, and who's the number? Is it Charles Davis?
No, Charles Davis is over on CBS now.
Who's the number 2? Kevin. How do I forget that?
I don't know who it is either. I don't know who it is. Well, anyway, it's interesting that we've been talking earlier today about head coaching positions in the NFL. Greg Olsen. They've been talking, and he's good, but he doesn't have the fame. He doesn't have the cachet of fresh off the field and, New Orleans Saints coach and Drew Brees' coach and Super Bowl champion coach. Greg Olsen doesn't have that. He may turn into a great analyst, but he doesn't have Troy Aikman's 3 Super Bowl
He's the
rings.
kind of guy that he'll have to earn his way up.
Yeah.
Charles Davis earned his way up.
Yeah, and by the way, they may only get to number 2. They may never get to the number 1 analyst role.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Hey, this is interesting because it opens up another head coaching job in the NFL.
That's true.
Who wants that job?
Well, I don't know.
Better than the Houston job.
If you 80 million over the cap, no, it ain't.
I wonder if I wonder this.
Because the Bensons suck too, by the way.
But I wonder this. There's a guy who's been Sean Payton's right-hand guy this entire time. His name is Pete Carmichael. He's been the offensive coordinator the entire time there. He never played football. He was a college baseball player. He got into coaching at the lowest level, worked his way up, and he has literally been to Sean Payton what's the kid's name? McDaniel from
Josh McDaniel.
Josh McDaniel. This guy, Pete Carmichael, has been to Sean Payton what Josh McDaniel has been to Bill Belichick, has never left.
There's reports already that Dennis Allen is the front runner.
Dennis Allen.
He's the defensive coordinator.
Who was the Raiders head coach for 30 seconds.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool, man. I think this offseason, what you got? How many head coaches you got at the current moment?
I think 8 now.
Giants,
9, depending on what happens with the Raiders.
Vikings, Bears, Jaguars, Raiders, Broncos, Texans, Dolphins, Saints. You got 9.
Yeah, but there's the Bears. All this talk about how the Bears are getting ready to hire their head coach.
3.
Man, this is amazing.
They got
9 head coaches,
and they haven't had a chance to interview the Bills' offensive coordinator because he's playing.
Yeah. Wow. 9 head coaching opportunities.
That's a lot. That's a third of the league.
A lot. That's amazing.
That's a
Tell you what, Sean Payton has made the right decision, in my opinion. Again, you look at a guy, the number of years he's been coaching, the opportunities that present, because there's been a lot of talk about how the networks want either Sean Payton, Sean McVay, and there's one other coach. I can't remember who it is, but there's been 3 coaches that have been talked about getting them off the sideline and onto television. And I'm like, Sean McVay? Sean McVay's 12 years old. He's in the early stages of his career. What are we talking about?
Sean McVay would be great on television. He's got a ton of energy, and apparently he's got a fantastic memory, and he 36. Can dissect plays.
He's 36, man. His birthday was today or yesterday.
This goes back to my point about Gruden. He's not going to quit. This goes back to my point about Gruden. We've seen his personality. We've seen it. We've watched him be energetic. We've watched him do this memory thing. We've watched him do this play thing. That will translate to television.
Yeah. I think somebody obviously knows something about Sean Payton that we, the general public, just doesn't know. Hey, let me have a minute to talk about our friends from iThrive MD. And I want all the guys out there especially to write down this phone number, 858-240-1497, 858-240-1497, or remember the website, ithrivemd.com/Kaplan, ithrivemd.com/Kaplan. So look, iThrive is San Diego's leading anti-aging clinic. Now, when I say anti-aging, what do I mean? I was talking earlier this week about pre-cancer screenings. I don't mean to be morbid in any way, but I just recently had an acquaintance of mine, a woman who's about my age. My daughter and her daughter played club soccer together. I was with this woman for years, every weekend, about my age, in her early 50s. And she just sadly died of cancer. She had battled it. She had beaten it. It came back. She ultimately died of cancer. Very sad, young woman, young children, etc. Don't you want to know what's going on inside of your body? I know I do. Well, at iThrive MD, they do, and I've got some notes here in front of me. It's called advanced cancer screening. and they take a next generation deep screening and assessment that's helped to detect cancer, organ failure, other hidden diseases that may go undetected in the body. And here's what they say. iThrive MD employs extensive full body MRI technology with multiple medical assessments and evaluations combined with comprehensive blood work and lab analysis. And it's one of the most complete cancer screenings available today. I would encourage everybody, let's live as long and as healthy as we can. And iThrive MD can be a really big, important part of that. 858-240-1497. So it's more than just testosterone. It's more than just NAD and energy. It's a lot more than ozone therapy or intravenous therapies. Advanced cancer screenings as well. ithrivemd.com/Kaplan. I encourage everybody to call 858-240-1497. All right, so much more to get to. I feel like we haven't even scratched the surface today because there's been so many breaking stories. Let's keep it rolling. This is Kaplan and Crew from the 7 Mile Casino Studio. Stick around.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
Kaplan and Crew tonight is brought to you by BMW San Diego, your certified BMW dealer, serving drivers throughout San Diego and the surrounding areas.
We are very proud to announce that the Mightier 1090 is SoCal's newest ESPN affiliate. Introducing the Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio. One of the largest radio stations in North America just got bigger and better. Joining forces with the worldwide leader of sports, ESPN. The Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio.
Alive and Well at Yearview want to send you and a guest on a fabulous vacation in Hawaii. You'll stay at the luxurious Fairmont Orchid Hawaii and experience their award-winning spa. Enjoy acres of gardens, waterfalls, an oceanfront pool, and white sand beach. Winners will also receive Sambucol Black Elderberry products to complete your wellness journey. Visit aliveandwell.tv for your chance to win.
Brought to you by Prospect Home Finance. Fast, friendly, affordable.
Prospect Home Finance, San Diego's mortgage leader, is celebrating 15 years of happy clients. HomeFinance.com is the go-to resource online or on your mobile device to discover your best home loan options.
Hi, I'm Jason Bondrak, CEO at Prospect Home Finance. I want to say thank you to all of our clients, both past and future. As part of our 15-year anniversary, we'll close your home loan in 15 business days.
Start your easy home finance process today at HomeFinance.com.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
We can't discuss San Diego State men's basketball without discussing Matt Bradley these days. Bradley had a season-high 27 points in SDSU's 80-55 win against UNLV on Monday night. He tied his career high with 10 field goals and matched the highest shooting percentage of .909 by an Aztec since November 2009 when Matt Thomas did the same. Trey Pulliam had 11 points while Lamont Butler had 9 points in the win. Defensively, Keyshawn Johnson had a team-high 7 rebounds while Nathan Mensah had 3 blocks. The Aztecs never trailed against the Rebels and built a comfortable lead heading into the last 10 minutes of the first half. SDSU next takes on Utah State on Wednesday, continuing a busy stretch of games for the Aztecs. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Yearview.
.1090 just got bigger and better. Please join us in welcoming SoCal's newest ESPN affiliate, the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio. NFL, MLB, NBA, live game, the best sports talk programming with the largest signal in all of California. The mightier 1090 ESPN Radio.
Today, we proudly held the ribbon cutting ceremony for our new office in La Jolla, California. Here we are in the Merrill Lynch building, right in the middle of the village, and really, really happy to be part of this neighborhood. This is really special to Prospect in that it almost signifies the fact that we've grown up officially. We have survived the past 15 years by being very agile. We come to this one amazing location from 3 separate offices. So it's fantastic having everyone under one roof. This is going to do wonders in terms of streamlining our operations, being able to communicate with someone down the hall as opposed to someone who's several blocks away is going to be terrific. Our CEO, Jason Vondrack, he's a very humble person, but I know this day really, really means a lot to him in that he has led this company for 15 years. And he started this business out of a studio apartment. And look where we are now. That's huge. I think this new space signifies just endless possibilities for prospects. I mean, we're headquartered in La Jolla, but we do business all around the country. So our goal is to be licensed to offer home financing in all 50 states, and we're well on our way.
Prospect Home Finance. Fast, friendly, affordable.
I founded Driveway Auction after working in the automotive industry, becoming a dealer and questioning the process that puts consumers at a huge disadvantage when selling their cars.
The big difference between Driveway and the other services is that Driveway works for you. If you've ever tried to sell a car, you know that it's an awful process that makes you either go and meet strangers in parking lots to take test drives or sit at the dealership for hours and hours while they wear you down. Driveway eliminated all of that.
With Driveway Auction, we come to you, so we complete the 40-point vehicle inspection from the comfort and convenience of your own driveway.
We send an independent third-party inspector to take measurements of the car, take pictures of it, evaluate the condition.
We use that information to advocate for you, using our network of buyers to compete. And when they compete, you win.
They take over the whole process, and you don't have to do anything.
Our clients get more money and a better process with Driveway.
Everybody at Driveway made me feel so comfortable during the whole process. It was a great experience.
Prospect Home Finance is a mortgage company. We specialize in residential refinances and home purchases. So Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, if you're going out looking for a pre-approval to buy a new home, meet with the realtor, we would help you facilitate that and walk you through the process from A to Z. We specialize in getting homeowners loans for their dream home, but we also do more than that. So today we came down to Ocean Beach, partnered up with Surfrider, and had some team members come down here from Prospect, all pitched together, and had quite a bit of trash to clean up.
It's really heartening to see people come out and really care for the waterways.
It was great getting out here, and we're gonna do it again soon. We're always looking for ways to give back to the community of San Diego. So if you have any ideas or need any help or support in any way, visit us at homefinance.com.
Kaplan and Crew tonight is brought to you by BMW San Diego, your certified BMW dealer, serving drivers throughout San Diego and the surrounding areas. Join Jane Klaus on Creative Living as she shares fun and inspiring ideas for enriching your life.
I'm Jane Klaus, and on the next Creative Living, we're talking about making positive changes in your lifestyle to kick off the new year. And a new career path for 2022 that could have you traveling the country.
Watch Creative Living, Sunday night at 8:30 on YourView and YourView.com. Creative Living. Imagine what you can do. Great things can be achieved when a community comes together. Join Erica Cardenas on Doing More as she introduces you to ordinary people working side by side to confront tremendous challenges and make a positive impact in their community.
Hi, I'm Erica Cardenas. Join me on the next Doing More as we celebrate Black History Month with recognition of African American history, culture, and perseverance.
Watch Doing More, Sunday night at 6 on YourView and YourView.com. If you love animals, Animal Zone is for you. From rescues to animal experts, Animal Zone is fun for the whole family. Watch Animal Zone right here on YourView, Saturdays at 8:30 a.m. and visit animalzone.org to learn more about the show.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.